Chapter 1. Arrival in Bangkok. My name is Jessica, and I am from New York. I had always dreamed of visiting Thailand. When my plane landed at Bangkok, I felt very excited. The air was hot and full of smells. Motorcycles and tuk-tuks rushed past me. I took a taxi to Khao San Road, where my hostel was. The streets were full of people and loud music. I checked into my small room, then went outside. A boy selling coconut water smiled and gave me one for free. I tried pad thai for the first time. It was sweet, spicy, and soft. I laughed at myself because I almost dropped it on the street. I walked to Wat Pho, the temple of the reclining Buddha. The golden statue was huge and calm. I took many pictures, but it felt more peaceful than my camera could show. While walking back, a man tried to sell me a fake bracelet. I said, "No, thank you," but he followed me. My heart beat fast. I ran into a group of tourists and he went away. I learned that I needed to be careful in crowded places. That evening, I joined a river tour. The boats were small and the river water smelled strong. A bird pooped on my shoulder and I screamed, making the locals laugh. I didn't mind. I smiled at them. The nightlights reflected on the river, making Bangkok look magical. The next morning, I wanted to take a tuk-tuk to the Grand Palace. The driver tried to charge double. I argued in broken Thai and finally got a fair price. I was tired, sweaty, and my bag was heavy, but I was happy. Bangkok was exciting, loud, and full of surprises. I knew this was only the start of my adventure. If you like this story, hit the like button and share it with your friends. Let's learn English while traveling. Chapter 2. Exploring Markets. I woke up early and went to Chatuchak Market, one of the biggest in the world. Streets were crowded. Stalls sold clothes, crafts, and food. I tried mango sticky rice. The mango was sweet, and the sticky rice soft. A cat jumped near my table, almost eating my food. I laughed and shooed it away. I walked for hours, buying souvenirs like small elephants and colorful scarves. A man wrote my name in Thai letters on a small card. I felt special. Then I saw fried insects on a stall. A man encouraged me to try them. I laughed and said no, but some tourists around me tried, making funny faces. I took a tuk-tuk to another market. The driver drove very fast and I felt scared. Cars and bikes passed close, and I held the handle tightly. When I got there, I saw a child fall into a puddle. I helped him up. He smiled, and I felt happy. I tried coconut ice cream and ate it slowly. Suddenly, someone tried to pick my pocket. I felt my wallet touch, turned around, and the person ran away. My heart raced. I realized that markets were fun but dangerous. That evening, I visited a small festival. People released lanterns into the sky. I held one tightly, wrote a wish, and let it float. It rose slowly, glowing. I watched it with hundreds of others. The sky was full of lights, music played, and I felt alive. I smiled, knowing Thailand had both surprises and lessons for me. Chapter 3: Chiang Mai Adventure. After a few days, I flew to Chiang Mai. The air was cooler and mountains surrounded the city. I stayed in a small guest house near the old city walls. In the morning, monks walked barefoot, carrying bowls for food. I watched quietly, feeling calm. Dot and I joined a cooking class. The teacher showed how to make curry and spring rolls. I chopped vegetables and accidentally cut my finger. It was small, but it bled. The teacher helped me and laughed. I laughed too. I made mistakes, but the food tasted amazing. Next day, I rented a bicycle to visit Doi Suthep Temple. The climb was steep. My legs hurt, and I stopped many times. Monkeys tried to steal bananas from tourists. One monkey jumped near me, making me scream. A kind local saved me and laughed. At the top, I saw Chiang Mai City. It was beautiful, green and calm. I took photos, but the wind was strong, almost blowing me off the stairs. I held tightly to the railing. Later, I went to a local market. I tried sticky rice with mango again. A stray dog followed me, barking loudly. I laughed and fed it a small piece. I felt happy but tired. Chiang Mai was peaceful, full of small surprises, and a little dangerous too. At night, I joined Yipeng Lantern Festival. Thousands of lanterns floated in the sky. I wrote my wish, held my lantern tightly, and released it. Watching it rise made me feel like I belonged in this magical country. Chapter 4: Festivals and Village Life. After Yipeng, I wanted to explore the countryside. I took a bus to Pai, a small village in the mountains. The road was narrow, windy, and sometimes very steep. The bus swayed left and right, and I held the seat tightly, feeling scared and excited at the same time. Other passengers laughed and talked, but I stayed quiet, gripping my backpack. In Pai, I rented a small wooden cabin. It smelled like wood and smoke. Outside, children played in the river. I joined them and tried to skip stones. One stone bounced badly and hit my foot. I laughed in pain. The children giggled and waved at me. I visited local markets and tried different foods. I tasted fried insects again. This time I dared to eat one. It was crunchy but spicy. A stray dog tried to steal my food, and I ran, laughing, while holding my plate. I joined a small festival where villagers lit small lanterns on the river. I accidentally dropped mine, and it sank. A boy helped me pick it up, and I thanked him. At night, I walked on a narrow wooden bridge. It creaked and shook. I held the railing tightly, afraid I would fall into the water below. The next morning, I went on a hike to a waterfall. The path was slippery. I almost fell on the rocks, but a local guide grabbed my arm. I felt thankful. The waterfall was beautiful. Water splashed on my face, and the cold touch made me shiver. I stayed there for hours, watching birds and small fish in the river. Pai taught me that travel is fun but can be risky, and every small challenge brings happiness. Chapter 5: Elephant Sanctuary and Small Mishaps. After Pai, I traveled to Chiang Mai and visited an elephant sanctuary. I was excited but nervous. Elephants are huge, and I had never been so close to them. I fed sugarcane to a big elephant. It pushed my arm gently with its trunk. I almost fell backward, but a caretaker helped me. Next, I helped wash the elephants. Water splashed everywhere, making my clothes wet and sticky. A baby elephant squirted water at me and I screamed, slipping on the mud. The caretakers laughed and I laughed too. I realized this was harder than it looked. I painted their nails with safe colors. One elephant tried to bite the brush, making me jump. My heart raced. Later, I walked the elephants to the feeding area. A monkey jumped from a tree and grabbed my backpack. I chased it, slipping in the mud, and finally retrieved my bag. At lunchtime, I sat with other travelers. We shared stories of scary experiences. I told them about the monkey and elephant incidents, and we laughed together. In the afternoon, I held a baby elephant. It was soft, warm, and sleepy. I felt happy and peaceful. Before leaving, the caretaker explained how tourism helps elephants. I felt proud to support them. That evening, I stayed in a small guest house, exhausted but happy. Thailand was teaching me that even the gentlest creatures can surprise you, and travel always comes with small dangers and big rewards. Chapter 6. Phuket Beaches and Adventure. Next, I flew to Phuket for beaches. The sand was soft, the water clear, and the sun hot. I rented a small kayak and paddled near the coast. Waves splashed on my face. Once, a wave tipped the kayak slightly and I almost fell in. My heart beat fast, but I held tight. I visited a local stall to eat grilled shrimp and squid. The vendor smiled, but I dropped my money into the sand. I scrambled to pick it up while people laughed gently. The food was spicy, smoky, and delicious. I sat on the sand, enjoying the sea breeze. Later, I joined a group for a snorkeling trip. The water was cold and deep. At first, I was afraid to put my head underwater. Fish swam all around me, colorful and quick. A small crab pinched my toe. I jumped, causing my snorkel mask to tilt. The guide laughed and helped me adjust it. That night, I watched a fire show on the beach. Performers danced with flames, and sparks flew near the crowd. I stayed back, clapping and cheering, feeling the excitement. A child running nearby almost tripped into the sandfire pit, but his father caught him just in time. I realized that fun and danger were very close on this beach. As I walked back to my guest house, the moon reflected on the water. I felt calm, tired, and happy. Phuket taught me adventure is thrilling, small accidents happen, and every challenge makes memories stronger. Chapter 7. Reflection and Journey Home. On my last day, I woke early to watch the sunrise on the beach. Fishermen sailed their boats. Children played near the shore. I walked slowly, feeling the wet sand between my toes. I remembered every place I visited. the bustling Bangkok streets, Chiang Mai's temples, Pai's mountains, the elephants, and Phuket's beaches. I packed my souvenirs carefully: lanterns, small crafts, a photo of the elephant, and a tiny carved stone with my name. Each reminded me of the fun, small accidents and lessons I learned. At the airport, I felt nervous about flying alone. Security lines were long, and I almost dropped my passport in the crowd. A friendly traveler helped me, and I smiled, thankful. The plane took off, and I looked down at Thailand. I saw green mountains, rivers, and glowing city lights. I realized travel was not just about seeing places. It was about small experiences. A monkey stealing my backpack, dropping a lantern, slipping in mud, tasting new food, or almost falling in water. These moments made my journey unforgettable. I promised myself I would return. Thailand was more than a country. It was adventure, culture, challenges, food, festivals, and gentle surprises. Every day taught me something new. I smiled, knowing I had changed a little. I was braver, happier, and more aware of the world. My journey was over for now, but the memories and lessons would stay forever. Thank you for watching my Thailand adventure. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to never miss another story. Comment below which part of my journey you liked the most.